I thought, oh, have I got any lipstick on? If I haven't got any lipstick on, I'm going to go mad. I'll tell you what I haven't got on, and I've only just realised because no one said anything to me. Jim, Jeffrey, I ain't got my headphones in. How's it working? Can you hear me? Or am I going to have to do this and remove the headphones from around here? It's frightening, isn't it? Hiya, everybody. My name is Kellii Taylor, spelled K-E-L-L-I, with the last I's upside down like an exclamation mark. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of swallowing because I just had a burger, and I wish I hadn't had a burger because I said to myself, don't have a burger, Kellii, because you're a big fat cow. And I think what I've got is an allergy to gluten. And, oh, Kinnell. Oh, my cards are falling on the floor. Wish I was dead. Can people hear me? Can they? I don't know. Let's plug my earphones in and people might be able to hear me more better. Get ready. Slick as. So, how is everybody? Welcome to my salon. Little corner of my salon. It's just a little bit of a staff room. Oh, thank you. It took you a while to say that. I know that there's a delay. Right. Can't believe I've lost one of my cards and it's got a really important piece of information on it, probably, because everything I say is important. No, it didn't. Welcome to Hair Body Hair Choice, my salon. Oh, there he is. I'm very well, thank you. I've just had a burger, Tom. And hiya, Jane. Oh, look at all these lovely people. Oh, where is that? That's there, isn't it? That's because Blazer pushed his big fat face through going, hello. Just interrupted me doing a really good impression of Blazer. It was basically this. I'm really hungry, where can I have a burger as well? Because you was asleep, Blazer. Right. My name is Kellii Taylor. This is Hair Body Hair Choice Salon. And you're about to listen to Hair Body Hair Choice News. Ding, 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 ding. I forgot that. Yeah, there it is. Makes all the difference, Jim. Right. Thank you. That makes more of a difference, doesn't it? When I do this, can you hear it clicking on my earpods? I just want to know. A simple yes or no. That could be from anybody. Shall I take them out? But if I take them out, what people go, oh God, Kellii, your ears are naked. And you look real. Thank you. What about now? Oh, now. Can you hear it now? Can't wait till you say yes or no. Yes, now. Thank you. I won't do that then. Because I'd look pretty stupid doing that. Right. Thank you. Welcome to the news. Today's news is a bit good because there's a lot's gone on. Because on Saturday, Becky got some new hair colourant sent in. Thank you. Some hair colourant sent in. And they're brand new, never used them before, nor nothing. And she mixed them up and there must have been some sort of chemical reaction that went on because I heard thud. And I shouted, Becky, Becky, Becky. And she didn't answer me or nothing. And I thought, I can't go through to check on her because I take my shoes off and it became a whole thing. So I'm shouting. And Debbie Downer wasn't there. She had her hands full with something. Anyway, so I said, I just texted Jackie and I said, Jackie, can you come in and check on Becky? Because Becky's fallen over, I think. Anyway, Jackie was 2 doors down getting a prescription or something, so she wasn't really doing anything. She came in, apparently, because I don't know nothing about it, because I woke up in hospital because there'd been some sort of horrible chlorine cloud and we all passed out. And apparently, according to some eyewitnesses and the CCTV, I just started punching people. And so I do have to apologise too. That's my Auntie Diane. She's amazing. She's a nurse and everything. She's amazing. Anyway, Auntie Diane, you just ruined what I was about to say. What was I about to say? You ruined that with your highs and your love arts. She's so beautiful. I woke up in hospital. It's surprising I didn't see me Auntie Diane there, but she lives in Liverpool and I live in Hull. Do you know what I mean? And apparently I've been punching everybody who came near me. So sorry to Becky, Jackie, Mrs. Risby and the emergency services. But to be fair, a lot of you I wanted to punch for a really long time. Not the emergency services, apart from Jackie's husband, who is now dead and was a policeman. So swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Right, so that's that. I didn't even look at them because that's how I remembered it. Salon news, it's still the news. Hang on. It's been a George Michael week in the salon for me. I love him. St. George. Can we have a picture of St. George up there, please? I didn't tell him I was going to do this, so he's probably shitting himself. Ah, there he is. Beautiful St. George. We love you, St. George. And there's Pepsi and Shirley as baby angels singing behind him, going, go, go. Oh, look at them. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. And thank you to Tom James for making that. So George Michael's been on the salon all week and I love him. I do not listen to his duets with Elton John or Lisa Stansfield because I think they're shit. Right? I know, it was how exciting it was for us. I was cacking it. Fenn's on holiday with his best friend and brother. That's two different people. Karen and his brother, not Karen's brother. I don't think Karen's got a brother, has he? Jackie? Has Fern got a brother? I know Fern's got... Yes, I know! Has Karen got a brother? Karen? Has she got a brother? I don't know. All right. No. So he's on holiday with his brother Van, who is amazing. I love him. I've probably talked about it before. He's a stylist as well. That's how we found each other, how we met. But he's been working in Dubai a lot, doing a lot of expensive things there, and he has got himself into quite a lot of debt. So I said to him, I'll bail you out if you come and work for me. And he knows which side his bread's buttered on, so that's good. So he's going to come work for me when he sorts his shit out. And I'm going to have a gay best friend. I love having gay best friends. They're the best ones. I love everything about gays. They're hilarious. Real good dancers. I did have a black best friend, but she got rid of me because she said I was racist. And I said, I'm not racist. And don't you like being called black? And she said, no, I like being called Angela. So we fell out because she said I was insensitive, which I'm not. Unless you're Chinese. Right, so, what else? I'll put my glasses back on because I've forgotten. Why have you forgotten, Kellii? I don't know. So, where was I? Yeah, Fern's brother. Yeah, so he's going to come work for me, which is good actually because I hate Jackie. I'm bored of Jackie. She's not gay or black. So what's the point of her? Anyway, so that's the end of Salon news. Dum, 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 dum. My Kalimba's up there. I'm not tickling an angel. Although it sounds like I am. I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Keep that there. Are you talking about your upstairs there or your downstairs there? Because I can sort out both. So tell me which one. And I'll give you some advice. Because both of the advice involves this stuff, which is great. It's good for pubic hair, underarm hair, chest hair, bum hair, leg hair, ear hair, eyebrow hair, and hair. So it's really good for all the hair. I just have all of mine slicked down, like under the snails have been all over me. Hang on, what? Both Kells. Oh, right. Come in and see me. I can give you a P-Jazzle, which is basically removing all the hair from the shaft and the balls, and we just cover them in sparkles. I've got all different kinds of sparkles. This is currently one of my favourite sparkles, which is beautiful, hollow. Oh, imagine your peen covered in that. It'll look amazing. Disco penis. So, I also have it in pink if you want to be gender non-conforming. I don't know if you do. I applaud both. That's the end of Salon news, though. Brilliant, thank you. So, next on, I've got one of my favourites, Jackie's brother, Jeffrey. He's going to tell us all sorts. He's got loads of things planned, which is nice, I think. I spoke to him earlier and he was all like, hang on. Disco Willy, hashtag Disco Willy. Let's get it trending. But not pictures of your Disco Willy, because I get plenty of them. But they're never disco. They're just usually from... it don't matter. So, right then. let's talk to Jeffrey Harris, who is the postmaster at Croom on the Water. That's how he talks. It's beautiful. Say hello to Jeffrey, everybody. Jeffrey!
Has anybody here seen Kellii? Kellii. And you know the rest. Good evening, Kellii.
And the
Upside down, exclamation mark.
Oh, that's a nice song. Did you make that? Oh, Kalimba Twins. Oh, let's do dueling Kalimbas.
As you can tell, I've been practicing. Because I'm... Good evening, Tom James. Good evening, commercial whiz kid.
Yes, a commercial whiz kid.
I'm trying to be a little bit more street, Kellii. So I was hoping for some more words like whiz kid. It's all everyone's saying these days.
Do you know what I like saying? Fancy pants.
Flouncy pants.
No, fancy pants. You know, like here comes fancy pants.
Fancy pants. How lovely. Yes, I'll be saying that.
Fancy pants.
Well, that's the baby steps for being street. There's not particularly many street people in Croom on the Water, you see. So I think I'd be quite the cool customer, wouldn't I, Kellii?
You would be quite cool. Have you thought about wearing your baseball cap on a side, not to the back, on a side?
I'd look like Bartholomew Simpson, wouldn't I?
You would though, but that's all coming back in. Men looking like tiny little kids. They love it.
I'm probably not in Croom. Good evening, Kevin Daniel. Oh, good evening.
Stand up. Is that all he's saying?
Good evening, magnificent beast.
Oh, there she is.
I don't. Disco Willie's not in Croom, I don't think. But when I'm in Hull, I think that's more suitable. I may consider it. I have had some rather bad news this week, though, Kellii. I had to visit my general practitioner, GP, as you say, if you're street.
Yeah,
sadly, I've been diagnosed with an L-Casei immunitas deficiency.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
Yes, I'm very, very sad to hear that. So I've been prescribed a series of Yakults and Actimel, as they contain Bifidus digestivum. So that will really, really help dear old Jeffrey. I also, because I decided, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, and I'm feeling rather flush this week, so I decided to get a third prescription and got prescribed 96 Venideflitine so I can pass wind with confidence.
Are you not confident when you pass wind?
I really don't think many of us are, but with 96 Venideflitine behind me. Is what, sorry?
Said sorry. So Colin is. She's a trumper and a half, isn't she?
Well, perhaps she could benefit from Venideflitine herself. I don't know why I lean forward when I can't hear you, because it makes absolutely no difference at all.
It's because of psychology. I was reading about it. It's not just a word with a silent P. It's loads of other things as well. It's about how your mind works. I love videos about psychology.
Fascinating. I thought you'd read it in one of your Salon magazines.
I read it in all sorts and sometimes watch it on YouTube, Jeffrey. I'm a font of knowledge. I like to learn from all mediums, usually the internet.
Absolutely. You'll also notice that my hair's looking rather good this week, because I have also asked my general practitioner, or GP, as if they like to be called, on the street, and I was also prescribed Garnier Nutrice, which contains Boswellox, and ceramide R, so I'm absolutely all for that.
I always prescribe my ladies Boswellox for their perineum.
Oh, right. Well, my general practitioner didn't say anything about that. I've also been on the internet doing a little bit of research myself, and I came across a product that you're not actually really allowed in the United Kingdom of Great Britain. It's called Metamucil orange drink, and it's like it's made of psyllium husk. And what it does is it binds the stool, and it's like a million little windscreen wipers wiping your rectum clean. So I'll have the cleanest rectum in Croom. Windy Sue, yes. Sue, I would really recommend Venideflitine. 96 for the price of a prescription. I don't know how much they are. It was 9 something, I think, an irrelevant amount.
Treat yourself.
I don't know why people complain. Talking of money, by the way, Kellii,
Yeah.
I was having a little peruse of your salon expenses,
Okay.
and I have noticed that you're spending around £224 per cut on scissors.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain why?
Right, because since COVID, they're really cracking down on putting like cleaning your scissors and that, and you have to put them in Barbicide, and Barbicide ruins your scissors. So I just took them out.
I was wondering when COVID would rear its ugly head. I think perhaps binning expensive salon scissors per trim is a little bit overkill.
That's where you're wrong, because I simply add the cost of the scissors onto the haircut. So I'm breaking even.
Yes, I suppose
Actually, I'm
customers.
making massive profit.
No, they
So
can't
to be honest
complain
with you,
at
I'm
that.
just using scissors from. I'm using scissors from WH Smith. No one says.
And they're £224. That does sound right for Smiths, actually.
They're not. It's a thing. It's a thing me and Fern worked out. Don't worry about it, Jeffrey.
Well, I have been worrying about it, and I have come up with rather a creative idea for you that I think you might be
Okay.
rather impressed with. It's. I've been watching a lot of soap operas during the lockdown because obviously my post office closes at 11. Is it really 9:60? Good gracious! And I've been watching a lot of soap operas because I've got an awful lot of time on my hands. And I noticed in a soap opera, they don't actually need scissors because all they do is they sit their client down, pretend to wash their hair in a little basin. They comb their hair, and the job done. And then they give them one of those little reverse mirror things, and say, "Well, how?"
That's a good idea.
Your mirror came into focus as soon as I said it. They go, "Yes," and is that all right, Mrs. Blunderbuss? And she says, well, she doesn't speak, obviously, because they'd have to pay her. So she just goes,
yeah.
And then that's it. And they can still charge her 25, £26 sterling, and off she pops on her way. So I think you should probably do that. It would cost you absolutely nothing at all.
I like the idea of that, Jeffrey. Yeah, I'm in. So what's
Steve,
it called again?
The soap cut.
Soap cut. Soap cut. I can see that taking off, Jeffrey.
Well, there you go. Dear old Jeffrey saves the day again.
You are ever so good. God bless you.
Yes, well, it's not all good news, I'm afraid.
What?
Because during my research, I am very, very sad to say that I decided to go on the Trip Advisor. It's a new website. I'd never heard of it. But basically, it reviews local businesses I think in the Hull area, I think it's yet to go nationwide. And I'm afraid to say that I found several 5-star reviews with people like T. James, K. Taylor, K E T 1, Blazer 69. Goodness gracious! And they're all 5-star reviews, and they're all written in the same style with the same spelling mistakes. So I think you know where I'm going with that one. Anyway, I'm very, very, very sad to say that there was a review left that wasn't so glowing, and I'd like to read it to you, and you can perhaps explain yourself. I'll read it now. I decided to visit Hair Body Hair Choice on Saturday the 12th of September after visiting their website and thinking they looked professional and friendly. I rang for an appointment and spoke to a very stern-sounding woman called Jackie. She told me I could come in at 10:30 a.m. Like it or lump it. That was red flag number 1, but I decided to give her the benefit of the doubt, as she may have been on her lady period. When I arrived, there was a lady dancing and dancing around a customer to Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush, which was playing incredibly loudly. The customer wasn't enjoying it at all and looked visibly distressed. The woman, who I later found out to be the proprietor, Kellii, called the customer a miserable, boring old slag and told her to get out and go across the road. John T. will take your foils out, she thundered. The woman started. You're looking very pleased with yourself, Kellii. The woman started crying, and Jackie called her over to pay for her colour. The woman sadly obliged, as I felt she had no choice. She was told it would be £60 plus tip. When she refused to pay, an angry man in a dressing gown appeared from the back and told her she was making a real show of herself, and some people have real problems. I think his name badge said Fern, but it was upside down. The woman left terrified and was crying in shame. I should have left there and then, but Kellii barked at me to sit down in the newly vacated chair, and that Fern will be along with me in a moment to demat my fugly mop. Jackie, Fern, and Kellii then proceeded to hysterically laugh at Kelly's offensive joke at my expense, and then I declared it was break time. Kellii then declared it was break time, so they all scuttled off to the back. I decided to leave, but slipped on some hair gel that must have been spilt earlier in the day. I was trying to get myself up when Kellii stormed over, called me a stupid fat trollop for falling, and told me that I'd be paying for the Brill cream, as it definitely wasn't spilt when she last looked, as she takes health and safety dead serious. I asked her where the accident book was, and she told me that they hadn't had an accident book since Fern spilled coffee over it after learning of Michael Jackson's surprise demise. I reported Hairbody Hair Choice to Hull Trading Standards, but they told me that Ms. Taylor's dad had paid for a complaints exemption to prevent, and I quote, silly women like me whinging about things that were probably their fault anyway. So I'm completely stuck. To summarize, do not use this salon unless you enjoy being publicly humiliated and having your confidence utterly ruined. But she has given you 2.5 stars. So I'm afraid to say we will need a manager's response to upload to the TripAdvisor, and I would probably like that response from you this evening.
Kiss my ass. She was in pain from the second she got in to the second she left, till the second I kicked her out. She was an absolute awful monster of a woman. I'm not saying anything to her. She knows she's a fat cow.
I can appreciate that she may be more of a jaunty customer. However, her spelling is impeccable.
Yes, she was very much so a jaunty customer. Do you know what she was wearing? A tracksuit, and the zip was broken. It was open at the bottom, and I thought, I ain't having this. She's a drug addict.
Oh, right. Oh, dear. Well, that changes everything, doesn't it? She must have composed this letter when she was absolutely high on heroin.
Yeah, I think she was doing uppers and downers in the toilet. I seem to remember her going into toilet up and coming out down, and then she went in again down but came out up. So I thought, I ain't having this. So I just...
She sounds like a very, very troubled woman.
She was awful. And if I'm honest, ugly, and I shouldn't have to look at that. That's not fair on me or my eyes.
It just goes to show, Kellii, doesn't it? There are two sides to every story.
Yes, there are. And her side of the story was, 1, it was wrong, and 2, it was stupid. And 3, it was too far.
What a shame. Well, I'm sorry to have distressed you with that, because I could see looking at your reaction that you were incredibly distressed by hearing really such a
upset.
negative
I don't think
review,
people realise how upset I am.
Well, you look visibly shaken.
I love the filters on Facebook. When you open your mouth, like stars come out. It's brilliant. Hang on, what's he saying? Wait a minute.
Dear old, it's very good, actually. I don't have a god complex quite yet, but I am working on it.
Do you know why he thought of that? Because he's a writer and he's written a book.
Oh yes, it's a fascinating book. I can't actually.
Kids.
Yes, I can't product place it this week, because I've lent it to a dear friend of mine. So because I wasn't going to buy another copy to send to them, so I'm just lending the same copy.
Amazon, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's very prohibitively expensive. So yes, I've lent it to my friend, and then I've got another 3 friends on the waiting list. I would buy it as a Christmas present, but Christmas is still rather a long way away.
It is. It's months away, isn't it? I love Christmas and that, but it is a long way away. Do you think Christmas is going to happen, or do you think Father Christmas might have COVID and die?
Well, we got a letter from our parish council this week saying Christmas in Croom has been cancelled. There'll be no lights, no celebrations, no nothing. And if you have anyone around and there's any celebration or whimsy at all, then you will be dunked in the Ricky Lake.
Oh, I need a straw because I've got glitter on my lips now and I want to have a drink, but I don't want to drink the glitter because apparently loads of fish have got glitter in their lungs. So I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a statistic, Jeffrey. Pink. Go on, ask me what this is made of. Go on, ask me.
Kellii, what on earth is your interesting, fascinating straw made of?
It's made out of paper.
Goodness gracious, is it really? I've said it. Kellii saves the world once again.
Yeah, well, I can, don't I? Right, Jeffrey, I was going to write a scary story, right? But then I thought, no, come up with an idea for a TV pitch. And you're real good at writing, aren't you?
Absolutely. I wouldn't say I'm as good as Tom James, but I'm getting there.
Well, I don't think anybody hates kids as much as Tom James, so you're not going to write a book about hating kids as well as you're going to, whatever.
Perhaps you should write a sequel called I Hate Your Children, brackets, when they're in the post office, because I could contribute to that.
Yeah, post office kids are the worst. Anyway, listen. Right. I had this idea. I was cutting hair the other week. I say cutting hair. I was sitting down watching Tabitha Takes Over with a client because I'd lost my scissors. So I said, "Oh, I know what you could watch," and we started watching Tabitha Takes Over. And sat and watched it, and then I couldn't cut her hair anyway because we'd run out of time. But I charged her £54 for it anyway. But where was I? Oh yeah,
TV pitch,
show, right? So TV show. I've had this idea of an amazing TV show, right? It's called Hairdresser Cop, and the woman's an hairdresser, and people think, oh, she's just a beautiful hairdresser. Wrong. She's actually also an amazing crime fighter and crime solver, and she can solve like anagrams. You know, the countdown anagram. She always gets the advert break. Always, right? Like usually it's like that because it's Meridian or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh God, how would you know that? So she what she does is while she's cutting their hair, she's listening all the time, and she solves crimes by listening to people talking, and they'll come in and they'll be like, oh, guess what? I was a serial killer the other week. And there's someone else will go in, oh, God, guess what? I've been stealing. And what I do is I put all the clues together, and by the end of the episode, I've cracked the case. What do you think? Would you watch that?
I'd watch it if it was on BBC4 or Sky Arts HD. I'd watch it then. I like the fact that you're in it. Yeah, I'm assuming you're the lead.
Well, I mean, it's based on me, basically, because I know how to solve crimes, because I'm quite good at solving crimes. I'm really good at reading, like little short stories and going, oh, I bet I know who's done that. Because I read, the Da Vinci Code, and I thought all the way through it, I thought, that's about Jesus, is that? Hang on, I can't read that. Don't take it down.
Yes, I wasn't listening to you because Tom James is the most marvellous idea in the world.
That is a good idea, Tom James. It is.
Absolutely fantastic. I think one thing which I would like, yes, sausages and mash. I think one of the best things is these days if programs keep viewers on edge because they like that sort of thing. So I'd have it very confusingly scheduled. So I'd have it like on a Friday at 8, Saturday at 2 in the morning, Sunday at 1 in the afternoon. Skip Mondays, obviously, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Skip Tuesdays, obviously, because everyone will be watching the Salon, and then perhaps Wednesdays after Lorraine, because obviously I've paid for an awful lot of advertising space during Lorraine, so it would keep the momentum going for after Lorraine. Do
you like Lorraine?
I don't. Sadly, I'm afraid that I don't watch independent television. It's just Sky Arts and BBC4 for me.
I don't like Lorraine Kellii. I just don't like her. She's always she's always been real Scottish at everybody, and it just sounds smug.
I'm surprised she's kept this Scottish act up for so many years.
Yeah, because we all know she's from Hemel Hempstead.
It's a well-known fact. It's all we can talk about in Croom.
So my lips look amazing.
Absolutely wonderful. And I was going to mention, Kellii, that your makeup this week is He went
That's
away.
fair,
Is
isn't it?
subtle and demure this week. I think it's
I've
absolutely
gone for
marvelous.
natural. Yeah, I've gone for natural contouring, natural eyebrows, natural eyeliner, natural mouth, natural nose. These are my nostrils. They're real. These are my ears. That's not my hair, although it is because I got it off of the internet. This is my top. These are my arms. I'm all natural, baby. I had a Brazilian butt lift. And I'll just tell you something. Go on, tell me, what's the most dangerous procedure you can have done? Go on, tell me. Cosmetically. Go on, tell me. What's the most dangerous thing you can have done? It's the highest mortality rate. Go on.
Excuses. You've missed most of the show, Luke, so I rather hope it was a delicious dinner.
I took my top off earlier, and so did Jeffrey.
I've just had a $1 million idea. It's absolutely amazing.
Go on.
So these YouTube videos that people tend to watch these days, and they have those adverts before. Well,
Yeah.
Why don't we put your program? Was it called Salon Cop?
Salon Cop, yeah.
Salon Cop. Why don't we put Salon Cop on before the video, and then in the corner it says you can skip Salon Cop in 2,500 seconds or however long the show is, and then people have absolutely no choice to watch it. And I think that's the way you're really going to get some viewers.
That is a brilliant idea, and that's why you're always the first person I call when I've had an idea.
Well,
no
I think
I'm
just rather good at abusing people's sensibilities and situations and taking advantage of vulnerable people. I think that's one of my top skills.
Let's wipe this off, Jeffrey, because it says it's not tested on animals, and to be honest with you, I think that should have been because that was stinging. Oh, it's got a little football on it, look. Oh, because that was Blazers when Blazer was a baby. It's when I used to wash him. I don't know. It'd be weird.
It's a bit old. I always have this rather strange image in my head of tortoises going around with lipstick on when they say tested on animals.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. Actually, I think that what they do is they just gouge it straight in Bunny's eyes, which is stupid because I never gouge makeup in my eyes. First place I put it is on my mouth or face. Just make the bunnies look like little prostitutes.
Oh, that sounds quite nice.
I think a rabbit prostitute.
A little bunny prostitute. I mean, sounds a bit strange when you say rabbit, because obviously that's what was presumably what Luke Wilkinson was having for his tea. The a rabbit stew, perhaps.
Yeah, Luke, you dirty bitch. Putting that back in there. Remind me not to put that on again. I'll give it to Abby. Right. Do you know what, Jeffrey? I think we've come to the end of the show.
Well, good, because I have a very, very busy evening tonight because the first presidential debate is on.
Oh,
so I've got to stay up very late tonight and watch that, and I'm anticipating that I will have to neglect my post office duties. Would you like to know the numbers, Kellii?
I'm going to learn it. No, shut up. No. Hang on. No, shut up. Is that right?
There we go. Yes. Perfect.
Do you know what? I'm like a prodigy. I'm like the prodigy. Because I pick things up real quick. I'm only 48 and I'm already running my own salon. I've learned. There's no stopping me.
You're a dynamo.
Yeah.
You're what they said at boarding school. They used to say a real all-rounder.
Yeah, I have been called that before. A few times by boarding schools.
People can be very cool.
They can, but that's what lawyers are for. Right, I'm going to go now because I'm just going to go because I'm sick of it. Have we covered everything, Jeffrey?
I think we have. I'm going to carry on with my Yakult and Actimel regimen. Continue.
It's your stools. Are they compacted, Jeffrey?
They're absolutely not anymore. Like little balls of cotton wool. Absolutely wonderful. I'm good. What I'm also going to do actually after this, before I make myself a Red Bull so I can stay up all night. I'm going to post Susie Colnut 96 Venu Defritine because I really think that'll help her. So
it will, because she and I've got some troubles with their tummy.
Yes, good for me doing a nice thing for someone.
You're a kind man. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thanks for being here. You're a kind man.
Thank you for having me as always, Kelly. Good evening.
Good evening. Bye. Bye. Oh, I love Jeff. He's a right good laugh. I mean, not an actual laugh that you can enjoy, but he does a lot of stuff for me. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you to everybody for helping me. You know, everybody. Thanks. Bye.